Okay, part 2. Quetzalcoatl is where I left off, but I started out with illustrating a movie review, so I might put this in a couple different playlists. So the accounts of Quetzalcoatl, which were taken down in the 11th and 12th centuries, described Quetzalcoatl as a white man in a black robe. And I believe he was on the land here in Mesoamerica. What they say, he appeared here on the land and was here for 33 years. And he was like a, 007 soothsayer, time traveling prophet, monk, whatever. There's lots of names. There's lots of names for the seers, if you will. But he basically told the people, y'all are taking us a little too far to the extreme of devolution, and it's not gonna, if you don't stop and readjust at the end of this, and it's just not gonna be pretty. It was, and let me go back and make for sure, it was at the end, between the end of the first cycle and the beginning of the second cycle. So that would have been on Caesar's calendar, fake time, somewhere between the year 400, let's say 350, to the probably right around from 350 to about maybe 700, as late as that. And then the stories were passed down excuse me, from there for centuries, and then they were written down, recorded in a text that I do not recall exactly. It's part of the books that are banned, I'm sure, but when I first came across the footnote, it was in another book called Ancient Civilizations of Mesoamerica. And according to the account that was written down in the 11th century, was that this white man in a black robe came to warn the people, to say, hey, like the Jesus guy, where he kicked over the tables in the the money changers and stuff like that, where he came to teach the people a peaceful way to live, and a different choice that they could make if they want to, live a better experience, have a better experience, right? Whatever you choose. I'm not here to influence your decision, but I'm just letting you know, if you go this route, it's going to end up not so nice feeling. It's not going to be so nice. So the people didn't want to listen. So he left after 33 years. And then the shit started to go really tits up. Or, sorry, this military foul language. Things just started to go really pear-shaped. Things just went from like the frying pan into the fire. And, of course, then a few hundred years later arrived the conquistadors. So everybody likes to blame the conquistadors, but I'm going to just say for a fact that prior to that, like, that was just like one of the final acts on the stage of continuing to choose devolutionary consciousness exploration. So here we are now moving into the we're already into, yes, now, what is this, 2025 on Caesar's calendar, fake time, right? Isn't it? Yes, that's what they say, 2025, like the 9-spin cycle in a washing machine. And that's what it feels like. It just feels like I'm in a washing machine full of people who are connected to an AI grid. They don't even understand why they feel so agitated and aggravated, but they're just like ants in a jar attacking each other because somebody shook up the jar from the outside. No one knows what these things are. No one really understands what is this smart and stuff, and how it works, no one knows about above top secret military war plans called total spectrum dominance. At least that was the name that I came across 25, 30 years ago. I don't remember how many years ago it was I read that. It's been some while. It's just crazy if you could see what the intention is of this. It's not nice. So here we are, 2025. What is that? Oh yes, isn't that? It's a completion of a total cycle, isn't it? Yes, because if you divide it up, 500 years, that's what we would call an era. Also, it's known as an era, but 500 times 4 is 2,000. So here we are, 2025, right? We have completed the cycle. Do we really want to go for, because if we make that choice now, it's not just going to last for the 7 future generations, but it'll be 1,000 years in the underworld. And that's cool if that's what you choose or whatever, but you know, if you got skin in the game, just saying. Just beware. Beware of the unholy rituals on Caesar's calendar of fake time. Mark my words, family. This one that just passed a few days ago is the last Christmas. Ain't having another one. Not that I can see. No. No. So beware of these unholy rituals on Caesar's calendar of fake time, the things that the government and the church tells us to do. Be cognizant of the fact that you're already living in a, that we were and have been for decades and decades and decades, living in a toxic soup of weaponized frequencies. And then beware that the infrastructure which carries and repeats and magnifies and amplifies those toxic weaponized frequencies is doing so in millimeter and micrometer, like super intense, short distance but super intense delivery, as opposed to long wave communications bouncing off of each and every one of us, and we're in a crowded marketplace. Bam, 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 bam. It's just oh, and just a fun fact, why do they call it why does what is it, the microwave frequency, why do they call it a microwave oven? Because the microwave is such a weaponized frequency that it actually disrupts the molecule of the water, and the technology is a microwave oven. That means to cook your food from the inside out by disrupting the water molecule. That's what we're living in. And now they've got it down to actually nanowaves, because our proximity to these devices and other people who are carrying the devices is just, it's off the chart, you know, like everybody's got a cell phone. So just beware of the so-called anything that says it's smart. Just be cognizant of that. Spend as much time as you can in nature, in complete silence, without any distraction. If you can go out and spend a couple of days and do a dry fast, that'd be even better. Just connect back to nature. And, yeah. That's a good idea. I mean, if you're feeling anxious and stuff, which I clearly see everybody is, and everybody's just acting crazy as hell. Like, I thought y'all just had a holiday. Shouldn't you be full of joy and happy and refreshed? You just took a week off of work. You come back to work for a day and you're mad as hell. And it's just, and everybody's rushing around like a madman. There's more accidents on the road, more incidences of domestic violence, of course, more drug and alcohol consumption. I mean, and ye shall know the nature of the tree by the fruit that it bears. That's it. I just wanted to start out with what I had experienced today, and really every day. It's just getting worse and worse and worse. But now with the height of tourist season, and it's just like, oh, let me use another military term here. It was assholes and elbows everywhere you go. Everywhere. There was nowhere to get away from it. So, yeah. Oof, it's too much, yo. It's too noisy here. Let me just say. Oh, lordy, lordy. All right, now I'm gonna end this here. Yeah, we covered this movie, so yeah. So let's just say the white man in a black robe could and has taken another form, as you do, because it's infinite consciousness. It's just manifested in a so-called white man in a black robe. But let's just say it was, fill in the blank, whatever skin color you want to give to the avatar is really irrelevant. But let's just say that the Christos, plural, that's another prophecy, the Christos is returning, not the single Christ character. Ain't nobody coming to save you, but rather it's the Christos within us that returns and lights up the world, and then we don't need a teacher, right? That's my job, to make myself irrelevant. All the best, family. Ciao for now.